Hello Internet, Xenos here. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a pretty busy second half of a news week, so there's quite a bit of news I need to catch up on. First bit of news is Project CD Red, who obviously made, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And a lot of people looking forward to their sequel, which is Cyberpunk 2077. Well, apparently this game is going to be 3 times bigger than The Witcher 3, which is pretty impressive. A lot of people are like, yeah, that's pretty damn good. I hope they fill the world with a bit more to do. Because, sorry, I'm still not keen on Witcher 3. Speaking of stuff to do, the Nintendo Switch has become the new PlayStation Vita in the way of for indie games. PlayStation Vita was a fantastic platform for indies. There's a lot of indie developers who made specifically for that platform. Well, it seems Nintendo Switch is essentially becoming that new entryway for indie games, because indie games on the Switch are doing incredibly well. For example, Oceanhorn has sold more on the Switch than all other consoles combined. And also a game that I really like by Lizard Cube, Wonder Boy, or Wonder Girl, depending on how you want to play the game as a boy or a girl. That also, again, has sold more on the Nintendo Switch than any other platform. And if you've not played Wonder Boy, play it. It's bloody awesome. It's a damn good game. So, SNES Classics. Do you fancy getting hold of one? Well, if you live in Brazil, you can pay £300 for one. And that's not the scalpers on eBay, that is the price it is in Brazil because of import tax. This happens quite a lot with games and consoles being stupidly expensive purely because of the import tax. So, unfortunately, the SNES Classic is going to set you back about £300 if you live in Brazil. Treyarch, the company who's behind Call of Duty's Black Ops series, may be returning Call of Duty to modern day. They are basically after someone who has an in-depth knowledge of military tactics and firearms, and also someone who is at least Prestige 1 on Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer. So this sounds like it's going to come back more to the modern time. More Call of Duty, they have said with the World War II, it might not be a one-off. They have got sort of ideas of how they want to expand on the World War II setting, so we could see more Call of Duty World War II. Call of Duty World War II 2. Bit more kind of serious subject. Should microtransactions be regulated? There's a report that's come out that basically says games are becoming more about gambling addiction rather than actual gaming, which is a fair assessment based on the the loot boxes and all kind of things like that. This report also says that there's techniques from casinos using games such as fake currency, such like Destiny Silver. And this is to make you disassociate it with real world money. So for example, if you're buying something in Destiny with silver, you think, oh, it's 200 pieces of silver. That particularly doesn't hold a link or association with real world money, if that makes sense. By having this fake currency, in-game currency, whether it's silver, gems, gold, whatever else it may be, it causes you to have a disassociation with real world money. It's kind of like when you spend something on your card, when you go to a shop, pay on your card, you don't think about the money you've spent. Whereas if you pay for it with cash, you physically see the money you've held over. And that's one of the concerns this report has said, that because it's having this fake in-game currency, it's enabling more people to gamble, essentially. Should microtransactions be regulated in games? What do you think? Do you think it is a potential entryway to gambling, or do you think it's just been blown out of proportion? Let me know what you think of that one down below. That's quite an interesting topic. I'd like to discuss that with you. Now, this is a bit of news that I think is pretty good. It sounds really cool. Microsoft. Let me just say here, a lot of people think I have a beef with Microsoft. I don't. I love Microsoft. I know in a few other videos it seems I've been really heavy on Microsoft, but I don't mean to. I do love Microsoft. Even though I started this console generation with the PlayStation 4, I now play everything on my Xbox One, just because it's more convenient. One of the main reasons why I switched to the Xbox One was because at the time, that was the only console you could have a external hard drive to. Well, speaking of the hard drive, that brings me to this bit of news, which is really cool. They're looking at something called intelligent delivery. Basically, to sum it down as short as possible, they're looking into a system where the game will only download the assets that you need for that game. For example, the new Forza game. That is going to be a game, obviously, on Xbox One X that you can play using the 4K assets. But that is a hell of a lot of data, and if you've only got a normal Xbox One, you don't need the 4K assets. There's no need for you to have them on your console. So this intelligent delivery will basically, it would check what console you're playing on, and it'll only download the assets that you need. Now Microsoft's saying that this has got a couple of other uses as well. Say for example, if you're playing Battlefield 1, you finish with the single player side of the game, you just want to play multiplayer. What they're hoping this might allow you to do is you could essentially delete the single player from your console and have only the multiplayer data of the game on your console, which would free up a hell of a lot of data. Especially when we move into the age where games are looking at, 50 gig. It seems like a really cool system. The only concern is, I think this might essentially really only work for the first party Microsoft games, because there's no system like this on the PlayStation or the Switch. Switch is a slightly different game, but mainly on the PlayStation. There's no system like this on the PlayStation. It'll be interesting to see how this moves forward, whether it's only going to be Xbox first party games or whether other developers are going to use it. Hard drive space is a bit of a worry sometimes, and if you can delete stuff that you don't need or not download assets that you don't need, that'll be fantastic. So Microsoft Intelligent Delivery sounds bloody fantastic. In some Overwatch news, they released a video on the Overwatch YouTube channel, and they basically said, stop being douchebags. That's the short version. Now, what they basically said was, they said they are spending a lot of time dealing with the toxicity and the negative players in the Overwatch community. And because they're spending so much time dealing with these negative players, they have to come up with new ways of reporting features, how to report negative players, how to deal with them, whether it's a permanent ban, a short-term ban, a couple of hours ban. And because the team is spending so much time dealing with this negativity and toxicity in the community, it is actually impacting the game's development. That's what they're saying anyway. And it's kind of understandable. So the Overwatch developers are saying, look, come on guys, be nice to each other. Let us develop the game rather than spend time sorting out all the bad guys. So, just in general, be nice to each other online. Don't be horrible. And let's mention the other big news. Mario has nipples. So what? I have nipples, do you have nipples? Pretty much everyone has nipples. And everyone's freaking out about Mario having nipples. I have no idea why this is a thing. Everyone's going a bit insane over the fact that Mario has nipples. He's at a beach. Of course he's going to be shirtless. Bloody well. He's got his little fat belly, he's got like a dad bod going on, and he's got his nipples. What do you expect? It's kind of like, we get it. Link had nipples, Mario had nipples, so why is it a problem? But anyway, the internet's kind of gone a bit wild, kind of like, oh my god, he has nipples. What the hell? Mario has nipples. Let's get over it. But that leads to the whole Mario Odyssey. The Nintendo Direct, they showed some more Mario Odyssey footage, and by God does this game look fantastic. This game looks absolutely superb. They introduced the new Snow World, can't remember the name of it now, and also showed more of the Food World. It just looks awesome, just absolutely incredible. I cannot wait for this game. Are you annoyed by Bethesda's insistence on the Creation Club? That's fine! A modder for Fallout 4 has created a mod that you add this mod into your game, and this mod removes Bethesda's Creation Club mod. So yeah, if you don't want Creation Club, you can download a mod and block it. Speaking of modders, Project London is a project by some modders who are trying to recreate London in GTA 5. This is brilliant. I've always wanted a massive GTA game, kind of game, based in England. Already made Heathrow Airport and Wembley Stadium, and it's looking really cool. They've shown a couple of assets of like the fire engines, the police cars, ambulance, emergency services. They said one of the hardest things though is getting people to drive on the right side of the road. Well, the left side of the road, but you know what I mean. The left side is the right side. You know what I mean. They said apparently that is going to take like nearly 200 hours worth of coding, they estimate. Two more bits of Switch news for you. First of all, despite shortages, the Switch is selling bloody amazingly well in America. Apparently last month it was the highest selling gaming console. The Switch is a fantastic machine, and hopefully more sales, more people getting hands on it, more successful means we're going to see more games on it. Which leads us to Bethesda again. Doom is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I did not expect that at all. Wolfenstein 2, the new order, is also coming, but it's more Doom. Doom on the Switch is going to be pretty awesome. Now, it'd be interesting to see how graphically it holds up to the console and PC counterparts. I do believe that the game itself has been slightly reworked to work on the Switch, but hey, that'd be cool. I've got Doom on the Xbox One. Would I get it on the Nintendo Switch? Hell yeah! Yo, what? Now, we mentioned last video about Destiny 2 sales were down by about 58% compared to the first Destiny. Well, also in Japan, it is down by about 60%. But Activision have released a statement. They've said that Destiny 2 was the highest physical release game of the year so far. And also, they have had pretty much since day one, they've had over 1 million active players online every single day. And it is also the #1 selling game on the PlayStation Store. Destiny's raid went live as well, and within 6 hours it was beaten, which is pretty damn impressive. The fire team was led by a known Destiny player by the name of the Legend himself. So hey, the Legend himself and his team, they defeated the first raid, which is brilliant. We also mentioned last time that Lawbreaker's player base is plummeting like mad, but the creator has come out and said, hey, I know it's bad, I'm working on it, I'm doing the best I can to sort this out. Apparently Lawbreakers is still doing really well on PlayStation, so at least it's doing well on one platform. At least they're sticking by the game though, that's the main thing. They are sticking by the game. EA. And speaking of EA, who like to abandon games, EA have been talking about they're wanting to become basically the Netflix of games. Basically EA have said that gaming ownership has changed, sort of it's no longer about owning the physical copy, more streaming it. It'll be interesting to see where EA are going to take this with wanting to be the Netflix of gaming and how they want to work in new releases into it. It'll be interesting to see. And the last bit of news I want to mention is the last thing from Nintendo Direct. They showed some gameplay and a demo for a game called Project Octopath Traveler on the Switch. I watched it and thought, meh. So I downloaded the demo, and you know what? It is actually really good. Playing that has made me realise how much I'm longing for a turn-based RPG at the minute, especially since giving up my 3DS and no longer being able to play Bravely Default. But this game, Project Octopath Traveler, is made by the same studio who have done Bravely Default and Bravely Second, so I'm all for it. The game plays amazingly well. They described it as 2D HD, and yeah, I can totally see why. It looks fantastic. If you got a Switch, download Project Octopath Traveler. It's amazing, you will not regret it. And that's about it for the news this week. Let me know if there's any news I've missed. As always, what do you think of Xbox introducing this intelligent delivery system? I think that would be absolutely amazing, and it will help free up so much space on people's hard drives. What do you think about Mario's nipples? Hey, everyone's going off about his nipples. What do you think about Mario having nipples? I expected it. I don't get what the big deal is. So anyway, if there's any news I missed out, let me know down below. Let me know what you think of all the news of this week. There's been quite a lot. And yay! I'll see you tomorrow for the vlog, and then hopefully we will try and do a stream on Tuesday. I'll be starting a new job on Monday. We'll see how it goes and see how I can fit you guys in around it. Thanks very much for sticking by the channel. I really do appreciate all of your guys' support. Honestly, I really do. When I upload a video and I see your comments, it really does make my day when I see your comments. So thank you very much, guys. More news next week. Vlog tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get a stream going on Tuesday. I was Xanos as always. Thank you very much, guys. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you later.